Hi, welcome to the workshop. Trej here with Iris. Say hello, Iris. Say hello. No, she's not very good at that. Okay, so I've been watching people doing Monsterbash creations, and I think they look really fun and really amazing, so I thought I'd have a go myself. So if you don't know Monsterbash, it started a few years ago. A few YouTubers were doing a thing where they would all draw pictures on a card, and then you'd shuffle up the cards, take some cards, and then based on the pictures you had to make a monster. So you'd get a picture of a claw, a picture of a spooky eyeball, whatever, and then you had to make a monster that had a claw and a spooky eyeball, and so on and so forth. And they've made an app so that you can just click the button and it does it yourself, so you don't have to have a bunch of friends drawing pictures for you. You can just go on the app, press the button, and it draws 7 cards for you, and then you have to make a monster based on those 7 cards, which is really a cool idea. Then everybody gets to do it, and then you get to go onto Instagram or whatever and share your creations and say, look, here's my Monsterbash creation. So that's what I'm going to do now. So me and Iris are about to run the generator to create our Monsterbash cards. Sorry Iris, I'm going to have to pop you down a second. Yes sweetheart, because I'm going to just do this, okay? Right, just go down there, everyone. Okay, so here we have the Arcane Ugly Monsterbash 2023. The rules, so yes, the Monsterbash is a game where we make cards, blah 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 blah, yeah, like I just said. So I'm going to hit the run generator, and what we see is what we get. And what we got, the Arcane Ugly discard. Thank you to all those, yes, thank you very much to those guys. And generate cards. Special thank you to Trent of Miscast. Thank you very much, Trent of Miscast, yes. And generate cards. There we go. So, what have we got? What have we got? See if we can focus in there. There we are. So we have a fishing boat with a lighthouse. We have got some kind of weird rifle. Is that some kind of space ray, or is that a key? I think that's a key. And what's this one? Oh, flamethrower, awesome. Flamer somewhere. Fly's eyes, ooh. Oh, we've got a hat. Oh, that's sort of Sherlock Holmes here. We've got a hat, and I'm guessing that's supposed to be a magnifying glass and a pipe. And then what we've got here? A hand with worms. A wormy hand. Cool, wormy hand. And what the hell is that? Okay, I'm going to have to look at that one a lot more closer. So, Chaos and Creatures is who created that picture. So to me that looks like eyeballs surrounded by wings. Okay, I'll take a screen grab of that so I know exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, we've got some kind of sea theme with a fisher boat and a lighthouse, some kind of, I'm going to say, key, and then wormy hands, a flamer, fly's eyes, Sherlock Holmes with a hat, magnifying glass and a pipe, and eyeballs and wings. Okay, cool. That's something to think about. Right. So, now that I know that's one. There we go. How's that look? Okay, so now that I know that's what I'm doing, I can go ahead and look into my bits boxes and see what I can do to create such a creature. I'm trying to think. First of all, I'm trying to think wings. I'm sure I've got things with wings knocking about. Eyeballs. I've been wanting an excuse to make eyeballs for a while, actually, so I can make some cool eyeballs. And yeah, wormy hands. So I'm just going to go generally undead and rotting. So I'm taking that as a sign of undead and rotting things. The seafaring one. So undead and rotting, possibly something that's been dredged out of the ocean. So some kind of bloated, dying creature, some kind of bloated corpse taken out of the ocean. And then it's the eyeballs and wings. Definitely eyeballs and wings. Lots of eyeballs. But the key. See, a key, a flamer, and right, gonna have to think about this one. First of all, though, I need to get my bits boxes down. Right, box number 1. This is mostly Space Marines. So here we have a. This is a cool conversion that actually I keep meaning to go back to. That was for a diorama. I've got ideas for that one. So yes, wings. First of all, this Zinchian Demon Prince first came to mind when I thought about wings. I'm not quite sure where this came from. I didn't paint this. I acquired this along the way somewhere. I'm not sure if it just came from, you go on eBay after something and you get like a bulk lot. Anyway, I was thinking possibly wings from this. I'm sure I've got more wings in here somewhere though. some kind of ghoul creature. Then yes, wings, more wings. So I now have 4 wings. So I just need another one. I'm sure there is the second wing to go along with that one in here somewhere. Yeah, another one that came from a bulk lot. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Look how thick that paint is. Yeah, I'm going to have a good look at that one day, because there might be some decent parts underneath that. Okay, chuck that to one side, because I'm looking for wings. Wings, wings, wings. Is this what the... Yes, that's where the wings came from originally, some kind of griffin creature. Awesome, but I don't really need a griffin. However, it may come in useful for this. Yeah, well, keep on looking, keep on looking. Where are my wings? Must have more wings in here somewhere. Oh yeah, cool. So I decided to make a trike one day for my Space Marines. Where's the wings? Where's the wings? It's not wings. Aha! Wing! So, I now have my 4 wings. Cool. What else do we have? Awesome! So here I made a... here I made a Gene Stealer... whatchamacallit? Brood Brother... what are they called now? The Gene Stealer cults. Yeah, so this was back before the Games Workshop actually brought back the Gene Stealer cults. I decided to make my own. So yeah, say an Imperial Guard with just some Gene Stealer parts and a cool gun. Anyway, that's not going to be... Although... Is that something that could be used? I don't know, I'll keep that to one side. Flamers and things. Flamers and things. There's an orc. An orc body. I've never collected orcs, so I'm not sure where that came from. Actually, that's a lie, I did collect orc. It was one of my first actually ever first ever armies. Bought myself some orcs back when I didn't really know what I was doing with paints and things like that. Bought myself some white spray paint to undercoat them all. Didn't realise it was gloss. Yeah, spray painted my entire army with gloss paint. God, that was a nightmare. But you know, I was a kid, so I didn't really understand at the time. But it's a lesson learnt. Don't ever spray with gloss paint. I'm just looking for anything that could be sort of like a flamer. Or flamer-like. And oh, is that from him? Yeah, that's his arm, isn't it? Rah. Okay, let's put that down. Yeah, I think I might just put this to one side and get another box out, see what else we've got. So here we have Eldar pieces. Eldar pieces. Am I going to find much in the Eldar box? I mean, I'm not making 40k, so you know I could get something like that and call it a flamer. You know, it doesn't really matter. Because I'm just after some cool and interesting looking bits. I'm not sure why this Eldar has got a multi-melter, but there we go. That wants to go in that box. Nah, not really anything flamer-like in here, I don't think. Okay, what else have we got? Here we have some Chaos. Not much in the Chaos box. Wow, that's an old model. Look at that. Is that Hero Quest possibly, or is that just an old Chaos model? Not sure. But that is old. Okay, what else we got? Anything flamer-like in here? No, I don't have any Chaos Flamers. Oh, do I? Is that? No. Oh, uh-oh, dropped it. There we go, found it. Okay. Let's go find another box. More boxes. Now, this one says Tyranids on it. And this one has a big E on it for Eldar, but will it actually be Eldar and Tyranids? Yes, that is more Eldar. Anything flamer-like in here? No. No, I don't want the Eldar looking. I mean, this is going to be sort of an undead creature that's been resurrected. Okay, what I'm actually going to be using this for is I'm actually making a game of my own based around some time travel shenanigans. No, I thought I saw a flame for a second. Yeah, so I was thinking this could be some kind of creature that's been brought back as part of this time travel. Okay, so in the time travel game I'm creating, you will be able to travel back in time with a group. So the idea is that here's a guy who plays with Space Marines, and in his gaming club, someone else plays with some fantasy miniatures. So Billy plays with fantasy, and John plays with the Space Marines. And so the idea is we can have some kind of time travel game where you can use your Space Marines and your fantasy together, and then Tim, he plays Napoleonic stuff, so he can use his Napoleonic miniatures as well. Now the missions, they could be anything ranging from just a straightforward fight to going on some kind of mission to find components or something, or maybe even someone from the future has come back in time and accidentally released a Walking Dead style zombie virus. So then you've got to then contain the virus and stop the zombies from spreading. Okay, straightforward enough. So there can be different missions, including something where some kind of weird undead sea creature has been resurrected, and you get the idea. So I'm going to be using it for that one. It's going to be 28mm, and I'm just looking for the looking for the right parts. Now I don't want it to be Eldar because I want it to be like something possibly actually pirate like, I'm thinking. I'm just looking for some cool parts that could be either for the flamer or that could go towards making the fly eyes and whatnot. So this is from the Space Hulk game, but that little bit of terrain there, that could possibly be used as part of a flamer. Okay, that's obviously been cut off of something. Another bit of terrain. I mean, these little spores, I mean, could they be classed as fly eyes? I don't know, maybe, possibly. Nah, probably not. Okay, let's go get another box out. Okay, so just found these in another box. This one from a game called Confrontation, I'm guessing. Somebody gave me this just as a gift. It was, I don't know where they got it from. But this is something I'm never going to actually make, this guy. It's not a game I've ever played. But what I'm thinking is, this could be the basis of some kind of creature that's been brought up from the deep. With wings. See, that's the thing, it's coming from the sea, but it's got wings. See, that's where it doesn't always come together. Anyway, I'll come back to that. But I also found some steampunky looking gentleman, where his hat is a chimney, and then his little assistant there, who's got a cannon on his head. Now, that could qualify for the Sherlock Holmesian side of it, if these guys are perhaps controlling a creature such as this, maybe summoning it from the deep. So we've got like some Victoriana style scientists who are bringing up a creature from the deep with wings. I don't know, I think that could possibly work. I mean, he looks like he may be undead himself. So what I'm thinking is I can use bits from these guys to actually cobble something together. I mean, he's got the magnifying glass head there, that would be fine for me. I mean, ignore the cannon, magnifying glass head. Could possibly even do insect eyes, not sure. So move this to the side. Oh, that was the other thing. I also found on these old sprues from Games Workshop, we have got a Chaos Flamer with some Imperial Guard weapons, including a flamer there in the middle, and the flamer backpack there. So between these things, like maybe there, this radio controlled unit, maybe the radio controlled unit could go on this guy. So this guy here, instead of having a cannon on his head, could actually have a radio controlled. I'm going to play around with little parts, but I think, yeah, I've got some parts. I think I'm all good. I'm going to start making something now. So let's take a close look at this model from the Confrontation game then. So it does have some cool pieces in there. other than just the actual main dude himself or herself. I'm not sure if it's meant to be male or female. I'm not sure it even matters, to be perfectly honest. So we have legs and body separate, which is very cool for doing conversions, and you're not stuck to having to do it in a particular way. And yeah, so this is going to be good. So the arms are completely separate, the head's separate, yeah, everything is completely separate. Now, do I want to keep it with this bulky armoured arms and so on, or do I want something that's a bit more like the I believe, did I call this a Demon Prince before? It's actually a Greater Demon, isn't it? But anyway, never mind. Do I want something that's a bit more spindly like this? I mean, I'm fairly sure it's not meant to be that shape. Is it? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think it is though. But what I'm thinking is, do I want the model to be... I mean, that's a very static position. You know, I want it to be much more dynamic than that. I mean, it's going to be flying, for goodness sake. And this body. Right. So I'm just trying to think, how do I make lots of eyes on that? Okay, so one idea I did have was going by the seafaring image, is rather than it just being of the sea, what if I focus on the actual the fishing rod and the fishing line, and what if the hand, remember the wormy undead hand, what if that actually detached, and that's why it's all wormy and undead, because it shoots out on a chain, like maybe this chain. Maybe I can take this chain from this greater demon, oh yeah, just like that, and in fact that's already kind of a wormy hand. Okay, bear with me. What if that was on the end of that, so the wormy hand actually goes flying out from the arm, so ignore the sword. What if the wormy hand is just, yeah, on the chain, so it gets thrown out like a fishing hook, grabs its victim and goes and pulls it back, and then the flamer flames it in the face. So that's something I'm thinking now. So that's what I'm going to do, is just start chopping bits up and moving things around and seeing what looks cool. Yeah, no one will mind if I chop him up, will they? No, that's fine. Okay, let's do that. And here we are a day later. I wanted to let all the glue set quite thoroughly. Yeah, so that is now all set. And I'm going to go around and I'm going to just stick a couple of last bits on, but mostly I'm going to be green stuff in. Yeah, that's all well set, so I'm just checking as I'm going now. Just having a look around to see what parts need the work doing. Could maybe do with something adding onto that part there. Also, I think it needs something between the wings at the back. I may just green stuff around that though. I'll come and look at that a bit closer shortly. However, I think that's the bulk of it done. I think I'm quite happy with that. Now, this is the, as you can see there, this is just the super glue and the bicarbonate of soda, and it sets like stone. It's really tough and durable. It's really good for getting a quick bond, but also a very sturdy bond as well. And as you can see there in the shoulder part with the tanks, it fills in the gaps quite nicely as well. So for this kind of miniature work, it's really good for filling in the gaps and giving a really good sturdy bond. Now what I'm going to be doing with the green stuff is I need to do the many eyes, but also the fly eyes. And I was thinking something maybe going down the side of the head and the beak. If I have like many eyes going down either side rather than just big bulbous eyes. Or do I want to have eyes down the torso as well? I'm not entirely sure. Not sure at all. Yeah, I'm going to leave that bar there. I was thinking about disguising it somehow, but I think I'm going to leave that because I like the idea that it shoots out on some kind of like, I don't know if we have to paint those up like tendons or to keep it like it's mechanical. And I like the biomechanical aspect, so I am torn as to whether to do it as biological or as mechanical. We'll have a look. But the green stuff as well, also on this side, I'm going to do some kind of like a... Okay, people always call it a gauntlet, but it's actually a vambrace when it just covers the forearm part. So yeah, I'm going to do like a vambrace, like it's connected to it somehow. And yeah, I think that's my to-do list. Some kind of vambrace for here, the eyes down the side there, and then something to fill in the back there. And I may then also want to look at these guys. I think he's going to do well for the what's it called? The lighthouse. The lighthouse, of course, it's a lighthouse. Yeah, his head there, it looks like a lighthouse in itself. I'm going to get rid of the cannon, I think. Oh, if he stands next to it, is that a telescope? Can we pretend that's a telescope? Is that a bit far? Is that pushing it a bit far? Yeah, that's pushing it a bit far. Okay, he is definitely going to change that into a pipe from a cigar though. And then the top of his his hat needs taking off, so I may as well take it down shorter. So he's got the hat and the pipe. Then he's going to be the magnifying glass and the lighthouse. So I guess I could actually keep that as the magnifying glass and then put some kind of light kind of fitting on top. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, make some kind of light fitting for the top, and then that's the magnifying glass down there. And I'm just really needing a key. I did have, there we are. I'm not sure what kit this came from. I believe it was some kind of ghoul kind of creature. But it's like a mechanical hand. So I'm thinking for the key, what if instead of being literal and thinking of a literal key, I mean it was a weird key, so here's a weird key. He's going to have a mechanical hand, and that's going to be the key for controlling the big birdie beast. Okay, I believe that, yeah, that's the plan. Oh, he's going to have something from the Imperial Guards. Yeah, I had the little remote control backpack, didn't I? Yes, I think he's going to have the remote control backpack as well. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Okay, yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, stop talking, Trej. Just get on with it. Right, let's go. that has now set overnight, so I have just come in to have a look and see if anything needs doing further. Let's have a close look then. You can see my attempt at the fly eyes, compound eyes I believe they're called. Yeah, with a bit of texture, that's not too bad. I'm just looking really to see if I need any more green stuff in doing before I move on. So I'm happy with the neck there. The compound eyes there, okay. I'm not really going to be able to do anything better at that scale. I like his little cuff there, that's alright. Do I need one on that side? I forgot about that side, but you know what, I think I'll leave that. I kind of like that it's just a big meaty part, big metal part, as it's going to be painted on that side. And then it's like it goes thump, and it, like, you know, sits over the stump, I guess. Okay, that is looking good actually, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. The back there, yeah, once that's painted up, that should all blend in quite nicely. Okay, looking good. And then this guy, so yeah, I did finish his pipe in the end. Just a little off-cut piece of plastic sprue. Oh no, not plastic sprue, it's from this old piece from a Chaos tank. I didn't paint that, by the way. I don't know who painted that. I've got a lot of pieces that are just gunked up in paint, you know, like I was showing you at the beginning, where I just like picked up in bundle sales and things over the years. But anyway, this guy here, yeah, I'm quite pleased with him, with his giant robotic hand, which is the key, and his pipe and lovely little bowler hat. Yeah, he's got that mechanical thing going up to his hat though, so perhaps he should have something on top of his head as well. I'll think about that one. His little robotic assistant, who is the magnifying glass and the lighthouse. Is the lighthouse part, is that too big for him? Not sure, possibly. Okay, I'll have a think about that one as well. Is there a way I can break that down a little bit more? Oh, I think I need to break down some of that super glue for a start. Yeah, I'll get into that in a moment. Stop it, I said I'll get onto it in a moment. I just can't resist, once I see a thing I need to actually get working on it straight away. Right, so this guy here is the magnifying glass and the lighthouse, as I say, and so these guys, they control this guy, the big monster. So we have the flamethrower, we have the wings, we have the eye on the chest, and multiple eyes as well with the compound eyes. We have the fishing hook, fishing line even, with the undead hand, and got the key. We've got the lighthouse and magnifying glass. Yeah, I think I've got all the different parts covered. So I think I'm just going to go around and do a little bit more detail work on this one, and then it'll be all good to paint up. Yeah, pretty happy with how that's turned out actually. Okay, let's do a little bit more detail work, as I say, and then I'll start on with the painting. Well, it's been a few days now. A lot's happened because it was my work's Christmas do, and so being work's Christmas do, there was many drinks involved, and then I couldn't be bothered doing any modelling for a while. It took me a few days to recover because I am so very, very old. Anyway, here I am now with the models. As you can see, they've had their undercoat, and it's all kind of even. There's a couple of little bits where I missed, like the back of the eye there, but that's fine, the paints will cover that up. I'm quite happy with how they look with their undercoat. As you can see, green stuffed the fur or the feathers. I'm not quite sure how you'd like to imagine that as fur or feathers. I suppose a beastie of this nature it could be either. You can see there where the pipe put in there, which then goes, in my mind, goes to the pipe that's on the chest piece. So that goes around there, somehow powered by that or something, who knows. Then here we have the chain. So the bit of wire that's from the paper clips, I like to imagine that's like its tendons, so as its hand shoots out, the tendons are actually stretching along with the chain to just like pull it back in and everything. So that's what I think I'm going to do with the paint job, is actually do that kind of a pinky colour, like it's, you know, like blood and gore and tendons and all that kind of thing. This little guy here, so the back part there, that's going to be like a light, so I'm going to do that part like a light, maybe a yellow, and then the one on his face, that's supposed to be like the magnifying glass, so I'm going to do that blue. So kind of a blue like magnifying glass, and then a yellow for the light. Little mechanical man there. And then the main guy, as you can see, finally got the pipe done. Looks alright in the end. I don't know if you can make out, there's a little bit of an indentation there. Now that it's all undercoated, all made nice and even, you can see there that the hand is huge, but that's cool. But yeah, it all blends into one. So in my mind, anyway, this is, when he puts the hat on, that's a mechanical device that controls the hand, the mechanical hand. So there we go. We've got the bowler hat with the pipe, and then we've got the magnifying glass with the lighthouse. We've got all the eyes and the compound eyes. We've got the undead hand. We've got the many wings. We've got the flamer. We've got the eye on the chest. And I believe that, yeah, that's all come together rather nicely. So I'm going to get cracking with the painting. Now, before I do, a lot of my paints have dried up now because they're all really old and I haven't done much painting for a while on a small scale. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to attempt to do it with some cheap, I've got some cheap acrylic paints from the local craft store. And as you can see there, was £7, now £2, hurrah! So I'm going to have a look at the different paint colours I've got in here, and I'm just going to get cracking with painting them. So yeah, I'm not going to talk too much over the painting. In fact, I'm not going to talk at all. I'm just going to get going with it because I need to be concentrating really on the paint and see how that works. Okay, yeah, let's get cracking with that then. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there because I don't know how this is going to set. I've never used these paints before for this. I've never used these paints before, full stop. So I managed to pick up two sets. One is the reduced to £2 set, which I picked up quite a while back when it was in the sale, and then the other one is one I've just been using. It's the same brand, but it's just the paints, whereas that one's got like a few brushes and things. I've just dropped to white. And I've never used them for this one. Now, it's just paint. People get really snobby about what paint to use. It's just paint. As long as you use enough water so it's not really thick, but not too much water so it's really, really runny, then you're fine. But sometimes you want it to be watered down more so it's really, really runny so you can get into the recesses, or you just want to do a little bit of a wash or whatever. So I'm just experimenting at the moment, just trying out these paints. and then once I get a bit more confident with them, I can go on to painting something more like little Space Marine dude that I'm doing. So I'm going to let this set, see how it sets, and then I know whether I've made it too watery or if I need it to be watered down a little bit more. That's why I started on the little guys instead of on the main monster. And I'll come back to that tomorrow, let it dry overnight, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay. Okay, I've not actually had that happen before. So this is the first time using these, cheap acrylics from the craft store. And so normally what happens is you paint it with your acrylic paint, and then you put on some watercolours, and then you can just rub off the watercolours, and it just stays in the recesses, and it acts like a shading medium. What's happened here though is the cheap acrylics has actually wiped off with it, which is not what normally happens. However, I kind of like it. I think what I'm going to do is just do a couple of light watered down coats over the top to bring the colour back up, but I actually kind of like the way it's sort of highlighted it by wiping off the raised edges. It's not what I intended, but it works. I like it. I'm going to carry on. Oh, by the way, yeah, Christmas jumper day at work. yeah, so I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to do it with the big guy. I think I've learnt my lesson here. But yeah, with these two little guys, I think it's quite a good technique actually. I quite like the way that's turned out, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Yeah, not today though. It's getting quite late. I'm going to pick this up again tomorrow, more than likely. Right. Okay. Good to know. I'll think on that overnight. Hello. Well, Christmas happened. So obviously Christmas, that's when you get together with family and you do family things. So the model has been put to one side for the last few days. I think it's been like nearly a week. Now it would be nice if I got this finished before the end of 2023, being that it's Monsterbash 2023. Although I don't know if I've mentioned it, I have missed the official cut-off to enter it in the official Monsterbash event, but it's a model. Nobody can stop you from making a model. You can make as many models as you want. I could stop this model now and make a new one and make 10 Monsterbash 2023 models if I wanted. They wouldn't officially be entered in the Monsterbash 2023 event, but it's a model. No one can stop you making it. So if you want to go ahead and make it, you can go ahead and make one too. That's my point. But I would like to get it done before 2024 comes on to us, because in my mind, I would like it to be an actual Monsterbash 2023 thing, even though it's not. You get the idea. So I've not had a chance to do much painting, but my wife, she's going back to work now, so I've got a couple of hours until she comes back from work. So I'm going to crack on, do a little bit of painting. What my plan is to do the armour of the creature blue, and then the actual feathers of the wings. I want that to be like fire, but whereas fire is sort of like yellow on the inside and then it goes out into a red and orangey kind of colour. I want it to be the other way around. I want it to be sort of orange in the middle, and yes, Iris, orange in the middle, and then goes out to a bright yellow on the tips of the wings. So that's my plan, and I'm gonna crack on with that now. Just maybe get a base coat down for that, and then the hand that flies out, because that's obviously the undead hand. So to me, undead, that's like greyy green kind of a colour, possibly bluey, grey aqua maybe. Yeah. So the armor's going to be blue, then a greeny hand possibly, and then like fire for the wings and for the feathers. That's my plan. So I'm going to get cracking with a bit more painting. I'm going to have to put you down now, sweetheart. Yes, I am. You okay? Yep, pop you down on the floor. So what she also did, by the way, don't know if you can see this. Can you see any buttons on there? No, that's because she ate them all. Ate all my buttons. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because my wife's going to be back from work very shortly, and then we're going to go and take Iris for a walk. So I'm quite happy with the way the paints are turning out. Definitely several thin coats is the way to do it instead of one thick coat, several thin coats. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on building that. The wings, as I say, it's going to be like fire, but the brightness on the outside rather than on the inside. And then I'm going to keep building that blue. I think I might give the blue kind of a purple wash. Not quite sure about that just yet, but as I was painting that, I was thinking, you know what, purple might go better here. So yeah, I'm going to keep working on that next time I come back to it, but for now I'm going to have to down brushes and go and spend some time with my wife. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I'm going to leave it there again because the hairdryer isn't going to dry the thick paint quite as well as it should do, and I need to let it dry properly so then I can do a quick dry brush over the top of it to bring out the highlights. By the way, I've got a new mic here. No idea if this is actually picking up the sound or not. I hope it is. If not, then this is going to sound really muffled. But yeah, I'm going to come back to this tomorrow when it's going to get finished off. Just quick dry brush over the top of that, cover up the black as well, where it's gone a little bit streaky. But then I believe that's all done. So I'll just get some pictures done for the gallery once that's done, and then it's all good to go. So yeah, bear with me. Get this finished tomorrow, and we'll see what it finishes. What it finishes like, what it looks like when it's finished. Oh dear, I'm tired. It's been a long day at work today. Okay, pick this up tomorrow. I'm really quite happy with how that's turned out. I hadn't used these paints before for a model like this. I'd dabbled with watercolours for like a shading wash before. I've never really used these crafts or acrylics for painting. I think I'm going to use these more often actually. Need a bit more practice, get used to it. But anyway, regardless, the Monsterbash creation, I really like this. It's like a real crazy demon that makes no sense, but it does. So in my mind, this is going to be it's going to how to describe it. Okay, let me just put these down here and grab some scattered terrain. So I'm going to be using these in a game that I'm working on, just making up for myself. Bit of scatter terrain there, and if I just point the camera back down at these guys here, move that out of the way. So the idea is, in the game, the demon is out of the way, and we would have our main guy who's like a scientist or something, and he has his little robot creation, and there's some scatter terrain. So they're over here on this side of the building. Then the game I'm making is all about time travel. So here we have like some future dudes, and the future dudes have come back in time, and there's one over here, say, and then there's one just there, and then there's one here as well. So in the game, the scientist guy is hiding here, and he's safe behind the building, and then his friend moves forward, and as he moves forward, he can see this guy here. So once you see this guy here, we summon down the demon. Ah! That's my demon voice. Okay, he lands here in front of it, and once he's landed, the demon reaches out with his claw, grabs the future dude, and then flames him in the face. Flamethrower! Ah! And then he's all burnt and dead. And then he can look at the other guys and go, ah, I see another one. And he flies over there, grabs him, flames him in the face, and then grabs him and of it. Maybe not quite that powerful, because that'd be really overpowered in a game, but you get the idea. So, yeah, the idea is scientist guy walks around with his little friend, and then when they spot the enemy, they summon the demon comes down, and they attack. That's my idea anyway. And I think that could work out quite well. Can you see me there? Yeah. So we've got the key. The key being the mechanical hand there. That's the thing that controls the demon. And then what else do we have? We have the lighthouse. Now, the lighthouse is on the little dude there on his back. He's got the spotlight, and that's what shines up on the enemy. And then we also have the fishing rod. The fishing rod, that's what inspired the hand that shoots out and grabs people. It goes, ah, got you, ah. Okay. Then what else do we have? We have the zombie hand, that's on the end of the fishing rod. We then have the multiple wings. So obviously multiple wings there, but also in the center, you can see there, he's got like the eye. So that's what's on there, the multiple wings in the eye. Fly eyes. There was my attempt at the fly eyes. There we are. That's my attempt at fly eyes. Do you know how hard it is to do those fly eyes at compound eyes? They're really kind of difficult. And then we've got the flamer, obviously, that's in there itself. So then we've got the top hat or bowler hat, and then we've got the pipe and the magnifying glass. So he has obviously got the, it's just the air of mystery. So he's got they both got the hats on, and he's got the pipe. And then the magnifying glass is actually the robot dude. I've decided that his entire head is like the magnifying glass. So they go out searching for things together and coming across the bad guys. Are they the bad guys, or are these the bad guys? Who are the bad guys in these things? Who knows? But that's the idea anyway. So, yeah, we have the key, we have the mystery things, we have the flamer, we have the compound eyes, we have the multiple wings and the eye in the chest, we've got the zombie hand, and we've got the lighthouse with the fishing rod. That's it all done. That's the Monsterbash element of it sorted out. I got to experiment with some painting, which was really exciting, and I really want to experiment more with that. In fact, I've got this little space marine dude that I was making before. Maybe I can use the acrylic paint technique on him next. Who knows? I'll have a think about that one. And yeah, I'm going to keep working on the game idea. Definitely need some rules writing up for him. But I do like the idea of the two normal figures moving around, and then when they actually encounter the enemy, they can summon. Not every time would be overpowered, but they can summon the demon down to attack them. Right, good. Yes, time for the gallery, I think.